Hello children, welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to study the chapter Living World. The points going to be covered are features of living organisms. Now let us go inside the chapter. So all living organisms know they have their own habitat. It can be any type of forest or it can be oceans, fresh water, lakes, hot springs, anywhere. So maybe it may be unicellular or multicellular organism. So if it is unicellular organism, they have only single cell. So multicellular organism, they have more than one cell. So both of them they can undergo cell division. But here in multicellular organisms, so cell division means no growth of the plant or animal. But in the case of unicellular organism, so cell division, it results in reproduction. For example, one amoeba, when it divides into two, that you call that as binary fission, it is a type of asexual reproduction. The same way, when you observe the plants and animals, there also it varies. So you see in the case of plants, they have no specialized meristematic tissue, and the plants they can grow throughout their life. But animals only up to particular age group it will grow. Then later, only the plants know. So they have the special tissue what I told, the meristematic tissue, and the growth of the plant it is restricted only to the meristematic region. But animals it's not like that. They show all round growth. You see here these are all plants, various type of plants it has been given. So how they are growing up you can see. So here human being and animal and here plant. So various type of growth it has been changing. So here the size it is changing. Apart from that, the growth in animals it is restricted to a particular age. But plants it's not like that. So it is throughout the life they will be started to grow. So here all living organisms when you observe they can do reproduction. So the living organisms they can produce their own kind. It can be sexual or asexual. So here when you observe few asexually reproducing structures, so fungus they produce millions of asexual spores. The same way, so hydra and yeast they can do budding, asexual method. Planaria they can do regeneration. Like that they show various type of asexual method. Asexual means when there is no involvement of male and female organism, when there is no production of male gametes and female gamete and there is no zygote formation, you call that as asexual. In sexual reproduction, formation of zygote will be there. And male gametes and female gametes also here produced. So when you observe, maybe the sexually reproducing organism also they can be infertile. For example, mule it is produced by hybridization of horse and donkey. So it is when you observe these mules are sterile, like that sterile worker bees are there, and infertile human couples also there. Thus the reproduction. So it is not always, it is the characteristic of not always it is the characteristics of living organisms. So biology is a science of exceptions. So all the organisms they are able to do that type of reproduction, but there are some exceptions also. So you can see here the miniature of the organism. So it is more or less resembling the adult. So here this is various type of the development of embryo from fertilization to birth. So in case of human being it has been shown here. So the different type of asexually reproducing structures. So here it is zoospore, sporangiospore. Like that they show various type of structures it has been shown here. And here the bread mold. We can observe when the bread it is kept for longer time. So when they have some favorable conditions, you can see some type of fungal growth, black color spots and all. The rhizopus it starts to grow. So here that whatever the spots seen these all are the spores produced by the organism. So here conidiospores, conidia. So that is also a type of asexually reproducing structure. And here budding in hydra and budding in yeast. So like that they reproduce by means of budding. It is a type of asexual reproduction. And planaria, can you observe it is cut into 3 pieces. Each and every piece it can develop into individual organism. So regeneration means ability of production of the last part. But here so from the pieces cut, each and every piece it can develop into individual organism. So here you call that as regeneration as a type of reproduction. So here also hydra also. So here the regeneration you are cutting into 2 pieces. Upper piece it can develop the lower one it can develop the upper piece here. So this is here also you call that as the regeneration as a type of reproduction. So next characteristic feature is metabolism. So metabolism means what? That is various biochemical reactions taking place in living organism. You call that as metabolism. It can be anabolism or catabolism. Anabolism means building up reactions. Catabolism means breakdown reactions. So here the metabolism is also a feature of living organism. So all living organisms, they can do metabolism, respiratory activity, digestion, okay, even photosynthesis, all are coming under this metabolic activities. So when you observe the organization level, some organisms they show cellular level. Unicellular organisms they show cellular level, and multicellular organisms they show higher level of organization. Okay, so here we studied regarding three features of living organism. First we studied all organisms they are able to grow, then second they can reproduce, and third feature regarding metabolism. So next one, so we are going to study regarding the other feature, respond to stimuli. So before that, let us see the various levels of organization. So here cells together it form tissues, and tissues together organs, and organs together organ system, then organism. So here the higher level of organization you can observe here. So it has been shown in the case of multicellular organisms. So here atoms together molecule, then organelle, then cell. So here it comes under non-living level. So this one comes under, so it is living level, levels of organization. So here when it's unicellular organism, so this it stops here in cellular level. So in multicellular organism it goes up to organism level. Okay, so like that it vary from unicellular or multicellular, but anyhow all organisms they are able to do all the type of activities. Even amoeba also they can respire, they can excrete, they can take the food. The same way multicellular organism also they are able to do. So they do at their own level. Okay, so next one, let us study regarding the responding of organism to stimuli. So all living organisms they respond to the environmental stimuli. The stimuli it can be physical, chemical or biological. So all 5 sense organs are there for us. Accordingly we can respond. The same way, so all organisms they are able to respond to the stimuli. Even plants also they respond to the stimuli. So here see here in the diagram, you can see the plants, it is hydrotrophism, movement of the roots towards water. So plants also they respond to the stimuli and they move towards water and they move towards gravity. So okay, this is positively it is moving. And in the case of phototrophism, phototrophism means so when they are moving towards light. Okay, so they are responding to light stimulus. So like that, so plants also they are able to respond to the stimulus. So here when you observe in the case of animals also, for example heat stimulus, as it is hot so you are just taking away your hand. So like that, so all organisms they living they are able to respond to stimuli, maybe human being or any type of animals or plants, all they respond to stimuli. Like that we studied 4 features of living organism. So first they are able to grow, and later they can reproduce, and metabolism, and the other one they respond to stimuli. Okay, these are the features of living organisms, children, we studied. Okay, we will meet in the next class. Thank you.